Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I missed you. I hope you're having a fantastic summer. If you are tuning in for the first time, welcome. My name is Amber. On this channel, we talk about fragrances. So today's video is gonna be focused on my absolute favorite summer fragrances. Fragrances that got me through the summer. I say through because we're approaching mid-August, which in Texas is the hottest month of the year. But I know that fall is around the corner and a lot of people are looking forward to wearing fall scents. So this is gonna be a summer recap video of fragrances that I wore the most 90% of the summer season and fragrances that I highly recommend for warm weather if you're still in warm weather or if you are transitioning into hot weather if you are on the opposite side of the world from me. So if that sounds interesting, then stay tuned. So this summer has been so busy. We traveled once a month for about 4 months straight. We were out of town once a month for 4 months in a row, on top of getting ready for our daughter to start school for the very first time. We have done a lot of house projects and we are in the process of getting approved for adoption. So that little disclaimer out there just because it's been a minute since I've been on camera, but there are plenty of reasons for that. So I won't bore you too much with all of the details, but I'm very excited to be back here with you. So let's jump into this list. So for me, what makes a great summer fragrance or a great hot weather fragrance is something that doesn't suffocate me when it is so boiling hot outside, and something that whenever I start to sweat isn't too challenging to mix with potential BO. I know that's really gross, but it's a real thing. I'm discovering that citrus is probably one of my favorite categories, but not something juvenile, not something overly heavy, something that I won't get sick of smelling when it's really hot outside. The first one that I want to share with you is actually my very first purchase from this house, and I assure you it will not be my last. This is from Micallef. This is Soleil Passion or Soleil Passion. This is definitely a feminine leaning fragrance. This really features the note of strawberry, but it also features the note of pomegranate. Now, strawberry can be really tricky because in a lot of fragrances, in my opinion, it can go in a plastic sort of direction. Think of like 90s lip gloss kind of plastic. It can just smell really, really, really artificial, and I don't get that from this at all. It also doesn't go too medicinal. It's not overly syrupy. It is a really great tribute to strawberry. That pomegranate also is a little bit of a deeper fruit. So it does smell very red and ripe and bright. And I kind of get like a greenness in the background. So you have those beautiful red fruits. They're light and bright, but I also get something very, very green in the background. So it keeps it from getting too fruity and almost like a natural mint. I don't know if mint is one of the notes that's featured in here, but I really get something kind of green and minty in the very, very, very background. But it's really beautiful. It's very elegant, very refined for a fruity fragrance. And Micallef absolutely are known for their quality and their elegance, and this is no exception. So that is Soleil Passion from Micallef. The next one that I want to talk about with you, I think might be discontinued. I'm not entirely sure because I bought this secondhand. So if it is discontinued, I'm so sorry. I will try and think of an alternative. But if you can get your hands on it, this is from Atelier Cologne, and this is Love Osmanthus. Now, the thing with this house, and I will say the same thing about Jo Malone, a lot of people hate on the longevity of these fragrances. And I suppose rightfully so. They're a very high price point for what you get. However, if you set the expectation that you are buying a cologne concentration, that kind of helps you to go into it knowing that these are not going to last a long time. That being said, with this particular fragrance, this performs so well in the high heat. I can't say that it's gonna last you 10 hours, but it's probably gonna last you a good 5 if you live somewhere like I do where there's high heat, high humidity. There's something about that really extends the life of this fragrance. And that's why colognes and EDTs are really good for warm weather. That's a different tangent. maybe another video, but this really, really shined in the summer for me. It's light wearing, it's elegant, and it smells super, super unique. The note breakdown for this is relatively simple. It just lists lemon, osmanthus, and cedar. I would never guess that lemon was actually in here. A lot of people say that osmanthus goes apricot. I love apricot. It's one of my favorite notes, and I actually I've smelled fig tea as well from Micallef, and I just don't get the apricot-like qualities in the note, but I do get the leathery qualities that people say is there. It smells more like a slightly fruity, very floral leather, but I love the texture. There is like this gritty smelling texture in here, and I can't describe it, but it's absolutely beautiful. This is a great, great find. So that is Atelier Cologne Love Osmanthus. The next one that I have for you, and I absolutely love this one, but it played tricks on me. I'll get to that in a second. This is number 203 from Bon Parfumeur, and look at the dent in this thing. I did buy a tester bottle. I have been practically drinking this fragrance. For 203, again, we have strawberry, vanilla, and blackberry. There's far more notes listed in these fragrances than they list on the label. Now, the thing about this fragrance, I bought it from Joma Shop, and I loved it when I smelled it in Nordstrom. I went home, I bought it online, and when I got it, it's almost completely transparent. And if you can see now, there's like a peachy tint to it. So I sprayed it on myself a couple of times and literally thought it smelled like water. It didn't smell like anything. It wasn't like the tester that I sampled in the store. So I put it away for almost a year. I've had this fragrance. It's played tricks on me because now that it's turned colors, it's developed a little bit and it smells the way that I remember it, and it's absolutely beautiful. Again, it's not mind-blowing, it's not groundbreaking, it's not setting any records. It's a very light, transparent, wearing fruity fragrance, but I can't describe how much I crave this. When I'm so hot and when I have no idea what to wear, I don't want to grow so accustomed to my favorites that I get bored with them. So I really try to keep a good rotation. But on days that I wear this, it's because I want like that drink of water sort of burst of refreshing fruitiness that makes me feel clean. It makes me feel sophisticated, but it's fun, it's easy, it doesn't take a whole lot of brain power. Boom. 203 from Bon Parfumeur. Absolutely an unsung hero. It is an underrated gem. It's got that dark berry, correction, it's actually raspberry, vanilla, and blackberry. My bad. But when you look at the notes, it just says red fruits. So I guess they're trying to highlight raspberry. I guess that's why I say I don't smell the strawberry, because it's not there. But the blackberry is so beautiful. Sorry for my sprinklers in the background. That's funny. But anyway, yes, this was a hero in the hot weather. It is still a hero in the hot weather for me, and I can't recommend it enough. That is number 203 from Bon Parfumeur. This next fragrance is one that I wore in the summer evenings, and I think especially if you're going on a date or you're going somewhere with AC, it's very evening appropriate. From Juliette Has a Gun, and it is Lipstick Fever. This one got a lot of love when it first came out. There was an iris lipstick fragrance kind of moment a few years ago, and a lot of companies were coming out with it, and it almost came and went really, really quickly, and I feel like this fragrance is forgotten about. But this one, again, has raspberry. There's a lot of iris in here. There's a lot of patchouli, and I also think there's violet. Now, ironically, I do get the lipstick feel from this, but I don't think it's overly powdery. The raspberry in here almost reads like a dark cherry. It's so dark, it's so drippy. The patchouli really gives it like a punch, but it's not screechy. This has tremendous lasting power. It is a syrupy raspberry that's trying to be a lipstick. Again, I don't think lipstick automatic, it's not makeup powder to me. It's a drippy, overripe raspberry, and I'm not mad at it. And I think in the summer evenings on warm skin, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Juliette Has a Gun, Lipstick Fever, absolutely delicious for warm date nights. Okay, and it wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't talk about her, and I'm sorry. One day I'll shut up about it, but that day is not today. And I have to mention Byredo Young Rose. It's just it is a perfect summer scent. It's a perfect everything scent, but this is so amazing in the hot weather. Fresh out of the shower, a little bit fruity, watery, aquatic rose. It's a very light rose with a very, this is my Delina. This is Amber's Delina, and she's not going anywhere. So anyway, Byredo Young Rose, get your nose on it. Not sponsored, not paid by them. And I will never be without this fragrance, period. I also wanted to give you a few honorable mentions. I call these honorable mentions because I didn't actually wear them myself this summer, but I wanted to. I just didn't find an occasion to wear them. Perhaps I just wasn't in the mood this season, but I still definitely think that they're beautiful and worth sampling nonetheless. So the first one that I want to talk about is Lost in Paradise by Chris Collins. When I first sampled this fragrance, I knew that I needed a bottle of it. I think the reason I didn't reach for the sample that I'm working through is because I find it so opulent, so formal, that I just didn't find an occasion where it made sense for me to smell like that. Like a salty suntan lotion hibiscus, and I literally picture someone in a very nice dress, like an evening gown, walking barefoot on the beach at night. It is a bougie resort scent when you have been playing in the ocean all day. It's absolutely gorgeous. I just didn't reach for it, but I wanted to. It's one of those ones that I saved it for summer, and I just didn't find an occasion where I felt like it matched the situation. But rest assured, it's amazing. So once again, that's a Lost in Paradise by Chris Collins. The other one that's an honorable mention for me is an OG. It's still a ride or die fragrance. It's a top 5 for life, and it always will be. I just think I beat that fragrance to death, and this season, I just didn't find myself pulling for it. And that is Juliette Has a Gun, Sunny Side Up. That fragrance will be with me forever. I absolutely love it. It's a coconut, sandalwood, creamy dream, but it's actually not sweet. And it's not overly lactonic. It's just this very rich, unsweetened coconut and sandalwood. It's almost milky, but not quite. It doesn't go in suntan lotion territory to me. I just think it smells like iced, unsweet coconut milk on a beach. It's perfection, and I think that one is also year round. I don't think it's exclusive just to the summer. Again, one of those OG fragrances that I always have to have with me no matter what. So that is Sunny Side Up from Juliette Has a Gun. I really, really want to know, what were your summer fragrances, or what are you still loving this year in the summertime? Please leave them in the comments down below. I'm always looking for new recommendations. And of course, I will leave links to all of these fragrances down below as I find them. These are not commission links. I'm not making any money off of them, just in case you want to track them down. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next video.